It's like someone who is, because of their circumstances, they're in a survival mode. So
Hmm.
they don't necessarily have the quote unquote time to feel it out because they're always preparing to either fight it out or think it out. To your point, right? They're stuck in their mind and not embracing their body. So how can then we try to right that ship and correct it to become more in tune with our body, listening to our
Mm.
body, and of course, understanding our body?
Yeah, so nervous system regulation is the first piece. Because if you are dysregulated, so I like to explain our nervous system. It's our primal survival piece within us, right? You could think of it as a thermometer. When we are dysregulated, we're either in fight flight, which is a heightened activated part of the thermometer, or we're in freeze fawn, which is more of a lower temperature cold, right? Sometimes frozen in place, fawning, trying to people please. So these are both dysregulated states. And when we're in a dysregulated state, we're not present. We're not grounded in our body. We can't access our intuition because our channel is closed, it's contracted. So I say, first and foremost, nervous system regulation is the first piece. If you're a mother and you're listening, I cannot recommend this enough is making space each day to regulate, and even better with your kids because they're receiving that in the same moment. But learning how to come home to the body is actually learning how to regulate first, because if our intention actually is, okay, I'm going to come home to the body today, but if your body has never been a safe place to be, there's going to be a million reasons why that won't happen, because you'll have protective mechanisms that say, oh, stay busy today. Oh, I've got too many things to do. Oh, distract myself by doom scrolling. All these different things that you're going to do to prevent yourself from coming back here because that's not safe. And so regulate first.
There's a woman I know that she works hours and hours and hours. And she had a number, well, I shouldn't say number because she's going to say, Train, I don't date. She had a few bad relationships, right? And she ignored her body. And the way that she did it, which is the way I think a lot of men and women do it, is that straight into work,
Hmm.
long hours. Because remember, you don't have to be home, you don't have to think. All you have to do is focus on the task of the job. And what happened to her is that she started to get sick, and she got sick to the point where her back was hurting. She had to have surgery and she couldn't work. So her safety, life took it away.
Hmm.
Now she had to embrace and confront everything. And her life did a total 360 because when she started to listen to her body, she realized that the job is going to continue on. The
Hmm.
job is still going to be there. The only thing that she was left with was her sickness and the trauma that she was ignoring. Do you find sometimes that it takes sometimes drastic situations for someone to have the light bulb moment and be like, you know what? I need to listen to my body right now because if I put it off any longer and if I ignore the trauma that's building up with it, I may not live for that for much longer.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And it goes back to that piece of sometimes we do have to hit that place for me being on the floor in the fetal position where the things that I had always done were not working anymore. With your friend you were just speaking of, I'm sure this was probably a pattern for her, and she probably maybe even saw that pattern played out with a parent. And so there's actually probably a sense of safety and familiarity in that pattern. And this is where we want to get curious. Pattern work is so important because if there is a safety there, if there's a familiarity there, we will just keep doing it because our system is built for safety. And so it will do whatever it needs to do to create that safety, even if it's not good for us. And then, I like to say the body actually starts off by whispering and then speaking a little bit louder and then screams to finally get our attention. But it's often the screaming where we finally listen. But the body is this beautiful, intelligent system because its whole job is to keep us whole, is to clear the things, right? So when we get to this place where we're in this rock bottom with our health, with disease, dis-ease, it's actually a sign that we're really disconnected from our truth, from what we're truly needing.